What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you had a great day today. Okay. Okay, so I know some people want to say, I told you so. But listen, I need to know facts before I jump on a bandwagon and just say, okay, Cyrus killed Neil. I can't jump on bandwagons like that. It depends. And the reason I didn't jump on that bandwagon was because it didn't make sense at the time. It still don't make sense. Because I'm trying to figure out what's the connection. So this son of a bitch really killed Neil. And they found the bottle because Julian and Alexis went back to her house because Alexis did not believe Neil killed himself. She didn't believe that because they were just talking about their future. So maybe it happened while they were in bed sleep. It's very possible. They were both knocked out sleep after some good loving. And one of Cyrus's goons broke into the house, injected Neil, and skedaddled. I think that's probably what happened. I think that's what happened. But I'm trying to figure out what is the connection because Jordan went up to Cyrus and asked him, why did he have Neil killed? Like, why did he have him killed? I don't understand. Like, did they know each other back in the day or something? Like, was he a part of the team that helped take Cyrus down? Like, what is the connection to them? Like, was he his therapist at one point and he betrayed him? Like, what is good? Like, what is going on? I don't know. Hopefully we get some damn answers because I want to know what the hell is the connection. I feel horrible for Alexis. I really do. I really do. But at least she got some answers. You know, she didn't get every answer, but at least she got some. I mean, she don't know Cyrus did this, but she don't know who did this, but she knows somebody did it. But at least she's going to get to the bottom of it. At least she's going to try and piece this together. Because at least she can know, at least she do know that it wasn't her punani that killed him. At least she knows that. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. Because she done slept with many of men. And ain't none of them died via the punani. So thank God Neil wasn't the first one. At least she has some reassurance in knowing that coochie ain't killer. So anyway, speaking of Cyrus, Kevin was with the shits. Kevin went off. Kevin was not happy. The fact that Cyrus fired Bobby and Monica from the hospital. And of course, Lulu was pissed off too when Kevin told her that they were fired. Lulu was outraged. But of course, Cyrus is justifying the terminations by keep saying, oh, well, they opened up this hospital to a lawsuit, a massive lawsuit. Okay, that notwithstanding, yes, that's true. They did that. But at the same time, the person who filed that lawsuit is now wanted for attempted murder and kidnapping. So that lawsuit should be dropped. And if the lawsuit is dropped, which it should be, then Monica and Bobby should be reinstated effective immediately. I'm just saying. Cyrus, I think this was that lawsuit was the perfect opportunity for Cyrus to clean house in that hospital because that's exactly what he wanted. He knew it was going to be a problem. He knew it was going to be a problem having Monica around, having Bobby around. He knew that. Because whatever he's planning for the hospital, he knew Monica wasn't going to let it go down as chief of staff and a member of the board. She wasn't going to let that happen. And he knew damn well she was going to be an obstacle. Bobby's going to be an obstacle too because she's been there on and off for a long time. She got contacts and connections too. So he knew it was going to be a problem. So eliminate the problems. But I'm waiting for Jason and Sonny or somebody to eliminate his ass at this point. Now, I do like me some Cyrus because I do think, he brings some je ne sais quoi to the show. He brings a little extra to it, a little flavor. But you crossing the line now. You crossing the line. First of all, you firing my boo Monica, and I don't appreciate that. Then you had Neil killed, and I really don't appreciate that. I don't give a damn if people thought he was boring. I actually liked the Neil character because he was cool for Alexis. She finally had her a good man. Somebody who, we don't know his past like that, but I wouldn't assume that he was no killer or nothing. He seemed like a really good guy. So you ain't had to do all of that, bruh. Like, he need to get checked. He need to check up from the neck up at this point. Like, seriously, I don't know what the hell Jason and Sonny waiting on. You need to rat-a-tat-tat real quick. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. But I'm not even surprised Jason and Sonny are taking a sweet-ass time, because look at how long the Zakaras ran wild in Port Charles. Like, Anthony, Claudia, Johnny were just reckless in Port Charles for a couple of years before, you know, they finally got offed. And the funny thing is, Jason and Sonny ain't had shit to do with the Zakaras going down. They ain't have nothing to do with that. The Zakaras took their own self out. Like, Johnny's in prison for his crimes. Anthony's dead thanks to Johnny. And Michael took care of Claudia, so Sonny and Jason's hands were squeaky clean, I suppose. And Cyrus, little creepy ass, kept bringing up Laura, because apparently Laura's away in DC right now. So Cyrus kept bringing her up, and Lulu and Kevin was like a little, you know, like creeped out the fact that he kept bringing up Laura, asking, oh, when is she coming back? And Cyrus, go sit your Steven Seagal wannabe ass down somewhere. Laura don't want you. She got a man. She don't want you. Like, he's such a creep. But I like it. Because you could tell he like feisty women. You could tell that. Oh, he love them. Because the way Lulu and everybody just be acting, he be having that Kool-Aid little big ass grin on his face. Oh, he love that shit. That shit is like foreplay to him. It's like foreplay to him until you get a little too disrespectful. Then, you know, he got to put you in your place. But other than that, he like that little kinky shit. He like that little fiery stuff. He love it. He a little freak. So anyway, Jason and Sam and Brando are talking or whatever, and he told Brando about the camera he put in to the garage or whatever, and, you know, told him basically that him and Sonny were gonna make sure he was protected and he's good and whatever. I mean, if I was Brando, I wouldn't trust their protection. I'm just saying. Sonny protection is a little, you know, not very protective. Ask his children about his protection. I'm just saying, they've all been kidnapped or shot at, so, and that's when they had guards supposedly looking after them, so I wouldn't really trust that. I'll be scared to have that kind of protection. I'm leaving like, shit, if you're gonna have the protection of Sonny's guards, then you might as well just let Cyrus run up on you then. I'm just saying, you might as well get up out that hospital bed, go to Cyrus yourself, and just hand yourself over, because that's basically what you're doing, because one way or another, he's gonna get you. So anyway, Sam sitting there overhearing the conversation or whatever, but, you know, she finally apologized to Brando, because she basically was like, oh, I was a grifter when I first came to town, so I kind of prejudged you think. It was good that she finally apologized or whatever. You know, right is right, wrong is wrong. Your ass was wrong, so apologize. Eat some crow. I'm not the only one that's going to eat crow. You're going to eat some crow too, now eat it and apologize. So anyway, she overheard a conversation or whatever about Monica and Bobby getting fired. And I guess she run around blaming herself for that for whatever reason. I don't know. I guess she's seeing it as somebody's fault because she told Jason or whatever. And I'm just like, Sam, not everything's about you. I mean, you have done some stupid things. But, I mean, them getting fired is not really your fault. I'm just saying. So anyway, Julian, is running around looking for Martin Gray or whatever, and Valentine want to know what the hell he want with Martin Gray. And Julian told me, oh, I want to get a divorce so that way people don't think that I'm helping Nell or whatever. He wanted a little divorce and whatnot. Julian, you just trying to do whatever you can to distance yourself from Nell and cover your ass. But you are deep in the dirt. That's all it is. And Valentine basically was like, well, as far as Valentine was concerned, he was like, well, shit, Nell could stay missing for all he cared. He was like, shit, Nell missing is a good thing for the rest of the world. It's good for all of us. That way their secrets can die right along with her. It could stay missing right along with her. That's the way he see it. So anyway, Spinelli basically updated Jason about the video footage that he captured of Peter sitting on the phone about Nell and all that. And he basically knows for a fact now that Obrecht was set up by Peter. But Jason was like, yeah, that footage ain't enough though. And that's exactly what I said. I said it was good that Spinelli got that footage. You're going to need more than that. And even Jason told him, you're going to need more. It's not going to be enough to convince Anna and Maxie that he's a problem and he's a threat. And I do agree with Jason, because I did say that. It's not enough. It's good, it's a start, but you need more than that. So Spinelli's going to try to work on figuring out who he was on the phone with in the garage or whatever, and trace that and track that and see where that leads him. I think they're on the right track to finally getting to Peter. And of course, Peter is starting to feel the burn at this point. Because he went to Valentine and basically told him what was going on. And he was like, yeah, well, if that information get back to Jason. And Valentine punk ass basically told him, yeah, well, I'm going to make sure I promise to protect you from Jason or whatever. From Jason destroying his life or whatever. Valentine, go sit your ass down. Why you always gotta get involved in something? So I hope if Valentine do get involved in this and Jason find out, I hope he beat his ass. Because that's what you would get for messing around in people's business and you ain't got no business in it. Mind your business. Mind the business that pays you. That's what you do. So anyway. Moving on from that. Anna and Robert, they arrive in Geneva at the WSB facility. And she's all ready to see Dante or whatever, but Dr. Kirk basically shut that down. He was like, yeah, that's not a good idea. But Robert was like, okay, but we got clearance. And Dr. Kirk felt like it wasn't a good idea because it could trigger Dante. And Olivia was like, you know, she's not worried about it because she was like, her son is not going to hurt her. And I get where Olivia's coming from. She traveled a long way to see her son, but at the same time, you don't know what's going to trigger him because he still hasn't started the treatment program yet. He still is not on, you know, the men yet. He's still having these dreams, these visions, these, you know, he's lucid, you know, he's talking like him old self, but he's still having these, like, he's not cured by any stretch of the imagination. He's not. So I totally get where Dr. Kirk was coming from. Dante's not ready. And that's why Dante kept refusing to see her. So she just lost it. Like, Olivia was pissed. She lost it. She started banging on Dante's door. And they just was sitting outside the door crying at each end of the door. Like, he was behind the door crying. She was outside the door crying. Because as bad as he wants to open that door and hug his mother, he knows he's not ready. And I really, truly understand Olivia's pain. You know, that's her firstborn child. And all she wants to do is see her son, hug her son, comfort her son, and just tell him everything gonna be all right. But she can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a heartbreaking scene. That really was. I understand both sides of the coin on this. I understand Olivia, you know, wanting to see her son. I get Dante. He's just not ready yet. You know what I mean? Because he's not cured. He's not, you know, he's not out of the woods on this. So he doesn't know what he's gonna do. You know, if he see his mother, he don't know. He liable to snatch her up. He liable to have a, you know, some type of traumatic break and grab her. Or, you know, he don't know. You know, his mental state is kind of all over right now. You know what I'm saying? One minute he's Dante. The next minute he's in this trance and he don't know what the hell going on. You know, he's not himself. So I totally get it. You know what I mean? He's trying to protect everybody. That's the whole reason he left in the first place. But I also get Olivia. I mean, it's been a year. You know what I mean? And she hasn't talked to her son, seen her son, and that's her firstborn child. So I totally get it. You know, it was a heartbreaking scene. It really was. And Robert basically was just ready to go back home. He was like, nah, I'm going to get you a flight back home or whatever. And Olivia, you know, she sucked it up and she was like, you know what? I promise you that I would go with you to, you know, Holly's memorial and I'm going to stay true to my word and I'm going to go with you. I wouldn't be surprised if they did the bump at them after that memorial. Because they're really there for each other on an emotional level. You know what I'm saying? Like, Robert is there for her and supporting her in a way Ned has not been supporting. You know what I mean? Like, that's a bad sign. When another man is supporting you the way your husband should be, that's not good. That leads to temptation. But, you know, Dante basically told Dr. Kirk that he feel like he did the right thing by refusing to see Olivia and that he needs to do the work first in order to get better. To see his family. It was just a sad ass scene right there. Honestly, it really was. Anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. And I will see y'all all later. Hope you all have a great night. See you all later. Peace. Oh, and by the way, I really cannot wait for Kim Delaney to join the show. Like, Kim Delaney is my boo. Like, I used to watch her back when she was Diane Russell on NYPD Blue back in the day. Like, I love me some Kim Delaney. And I really wonder who character she's playing. I mean, she could be playing anybody. But I can't wait to see. Hit the comments, and I'll see you all later. Have a good night. Peace.